Hello, hello. Welcome to Meditation Nerd. I think I'm going to be combining words into nonsensicalness today. So, welcome. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad you're here. Um, so, I had originally planned the Inner Citadel to be paired with the authoritarian playbook playlist that I put together as a reminder to check back in with yourself as things get a little intense, get a little crazy. I kept delaying it for some reason that I could not name, and now I have that. So after reading the mindfulness, I'm kind of going back through everything that I've offered, the way that I've approached everything, and asked, okay, so where could I have done better as far as reminding myself and others not to zone out, that this is a starting point to continually remind yourself that there are systems beyond us, that meditation isn't meant to be a numbing out process. So there's still quite a bit of work to do. Some reminders, some check-ins, that type of thing. So bear with me as I integrate what I learned from mindfulness into meditations. Please feel free to remind me in the comments, in the live chat. Of course, you're always welcome as reminders. Hey, here's something that isn't often talked about, that type of thing. So today we're going to be focusing on the inner citadel. I do have some notes that I will be checking because I do have those reminders as I'm implementing what I learned from Big Mindfulness. Um, so you might see the avatar looking off to the side. That's what I'm doing, checking my notes. Okay. So the inner citadel, as I said, actually came out of when I was putting the authoritarian playbook together. I wanted it to be more as, like I said, a reference point, an inner ground that we can keep returning to, not as an escape, not as a way to numb out or disassociate, as a way to reconnect to our nervous systems and to let our nervous system know that it's okay to relax, it's okay to release, it's okay to take a breath here. So that's the grounding we're coming from. I've also dropped a mantra into the description. I'm going to be listening to Chattr Chakkr meditation throughout. Generally, I reach for this as a way to connect to my own courage, my own stability when I'm feeling kind of shaky. Anytime I learn something new, I'm reflecting on my practice. That creates a bit of shakiness within me, which I think is healthy. I think it's good to check in with our practices, make sure that we are still aligned with what we're doing, that we are continuing from a place of healthy growth, right? There should be growth. You know, it's a good place to check in. Am I going stagnant, or am I stuck in a stagnant part of my practice? That type of thing. So this is generally the mantra that I reach for when I'm feeling shaky. Feel free to listen to it the entire time, like I'm going to be doing. Maybe you just want to introduce it a little bit later. And feel free to play it out loud on your end. I don't, because copyright, and I'm not trying to steal anybody's hard work. So I do want to give them a shout out. I am going to listen to it on my own. Or on my end. That's why I don't have it playing, because of copyright. And again, I want to give credit where credit is due. Okay, anything else that I wanted to shout out? I don't think so. Okay, so we'll go ahead and tune in. I'll be using the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, repeated 3 times. Rub your palms together. You can probably hear me doing that already. Okay, and then bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale. And we will inhale to begin. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, hold the breath, pull the root lock. And exhale. Okay. Go ahead and start a mantra, make sure I don't have it blasting. Okay, perfect. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and just start by settling in. So you can soften your gaze, close your eyes, inhale, exhale, just feel into this space. Notice the grounding. We're just settling in to find our posture. Just notice the boundary of your own skin. Notice the breath. Bring your focus to the steady rhythm of your heartbeat, or the way that your own heartbeat shows up. And this is our grounds. This body, this breath, this heartbeat. This is the ground of our being. And this is the ground that we're, excuse me, that we're building all other practices from. It's this anchor, not to disappear, not to disengage, to know our own grounding within. And it's from this ground that I want you to now allow your awareness to expand outward. And I want you to notice and feel the breath that connects you to the air. Notice that connection to the air. And I'd like to remind us that this is the same air that others breathe. Again, bringing the focus to the heartbeat. And I want you to notice the connection of your heartbeat to other heartbeats. Maybe you have a pet that you can hear. Maybe you're thinking of your family, thinking of their heartbeats in rhythm with yours. I'd like to remind us, excuse me, that everyone else's heartbeats, they have hopes, they have fears. And there are a lot that are now beating for survival. And we will spend a couple moments here, both with our own breath, our heartbeat, the boundaries of our skin, while also acknowledging that in others. We connect to our own grounding while also keeping in mind that others have theirs as well. Excuse me. And also keep track of what's happening within you as well. That is also part of your grounding. And of course, always honoring your boundaries. Please don't go any deeper than is healthy for you too. This is not meant to be an exercise in pushing past boundaries that you aren't yet ready to push past. This is connecting with our inner ground, right? From, again, healthy boundaries. Couple more breaths here. Okay. And as you bring your attention more solidly back within yourself, maybe keep others as kind of like, now I can think, that's not the right word and I don't want to shout that out, like on the periphery, right? We keep the awareness that we are not isolated, we are not islands, right? Bring it back to the steady rhythm of your heartbeat, your breath, the physical boundary of your own skin. Couple breaths here. And something to think about, and this may not have an answer, just let the question sit with you. What is one thing in the world right now that's asking for your attention? It could be something that you want to help with. It could be something that you want to contribute to. Maybe it's something you have a talent for that will help elevate the world around you. And from this grounded place, what's something that you notice? And with your gaze still softened or your eyes still closed, go ahead and rub your palms together. Inhale, exhale, and bring your heart, hands to heart center. I guess you could bring your heart to your hand center. I don't know how that would work. If you can pull that off, let me know how you did it. And we'll just close with saying Satnam. Okay, I'm being asked to do a long Satnam. My apologies for the voice cracking that's about to happen. Feel free to join me in a longer Satnam or just say the quick Satnam is fine as well. Nam. Sat Nam. And then just as a reminder, own directions. This offering is meant as a place of grounding. It's a place for us to return to rest, reconnect, to solid ground within us, to go back out into the world. Excuse me. Because the world needs us grounded, not gone. It doesn't need us numbed out. We have plenty of that happening. That's not what my meditative practice is asking me to do. It's not asking me to numb out, to not see. It's asking me to take the meditative space as a place to rest, rejuvenate, ground, and then head back out to help in ways that I can. Excuse me. So I wanted to offer this as a way for us to see more clearly, feel more fully, and act more wisely. And that's, excuse me, and that's to help us avoid being destroyed by what we're seeing, especially given what's currently happening around the world. So I hope you found this helpful. Feel free to drop any comments that you think would help. Um, and I want to say thank you for staying with me as I grow, as my practice changes and adapts, as I'm influenced by what I'm reading, and offering a more full practice to the best of my ability again as I learn and grow and change in real time, which is interesting to say the least. Also, for the month of March 2026, I am working to go live Wednesday through Saturday between 2 and 3. So I'm hoping that this time will work, at least for March, so I can be more consistent as far as when I'm going live. For anyone that would like to join me more reliably when I go live. So I will be striving for between 2 and 3, at least for the month of March. Hopefully, I can make it happen for this month and then see how I need to adjust moving forward. So, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you next time.